You got a great caching community right here in Ojai. So until next time, get out and get caching in the Ojai Valley.
So I'm so excited. Today I have the chance to take podcaster Chris in the Northwest and show him some of the best geocaches in the Ojai Valley. So come join us. Chris of the Northwest, you found your first geocache in the Ojai Valley.
I did.
Now, you start your shows by having people introduce themselves and their geocaching self. Why don't you introduce your geocaching self?
Well, I am Chris of the Northwest, normally based, guess what, in the Northwest. But I'm down here in Southern California this week, so it was a great opportunity for me to get away from the rainy Northwest, come out to the beautiful, beautiful Southern California, and not only see family, but get a couple of geocaches in, especially right here in the Ojai Valley.
And we are going to go in that Ojai Valley, and we are getting some really special geocaches. As a matter of fact, I got a text message about 5 minutes ago that a new geocache published here. Would you like to go get a first to find?
Let's go do a first to find.
So, Chris, that was a brand new one. Tell me about when you were new to geocaching.
Well, first of all, Scott, thank you for letting me have an FTF in your home territory. I know that's a rare thing to give up, but I appreciate that. You know, when I was new to geocaching, that was probably, let's see, 11, 12 years ago. And, you know, I remember the first one that actually Witzend took me out geocaching. And it was in an area, and it was an empty lot, and we looked and we looked and we looked. It ended up being a fake shave cream can. You know, you take the bottom off. And there was a bunch of other junk around, so it took us a long time to find that one, and I was like, oh, this is so cool, I'm hooked. And been caching ever since.
So you got hooked right away?
Right away.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Nicely done.
Nicely done. So what did you think of this one?
This is great. I mean, you know, birdhouses people just look right past. But being able to have a geocache in there, and it's very well done.
Yeah.
I assumed, because looking at this, there was going to be a fake book here, or a book that's been carved out. And that would have made it much more difficult. Okay, so it said the two skinny ones were the most useful.
Very good. You read. That's a plus.
Now, you can't show this to anyone because they'll know the secret then.
They will know the secret.
Whew.
All right. Chris, you and Daryl were actually an inspiration for me to put this in here on GeoGearheads. Tell me about GeoGearheads.
Well, thank you for that. It's an honor to be an inspiration for a cache. GeoGearheads is a weekly show about, oddly enough, geocaching. Something that Daryl W4 and I do, you know, like I say, every week. We record on Thursday. You know, we like to talk about the gear, about, you know, the technology of geocaching. And then, you know, even simple things of, you know, what do you come up with for a good gadget cache? And this is a good example. You know, stuff that you can go right now at Home Depot, pick this up, and put one out in no time at all. So, brilliant design.
Okay, and you record on Thursday, but that's live, right?
We record live on Thursday, and you can pick it up anytime at geogearheads.com.
Yeah, I know you're a two-timing podcaster.
Yes, I am.
Let's go to another geocache, and we'll talk about the other show that you have.
Sounds good.
All right, Chris, I'm not going to ask you what you thought of that geocache, but...
You are tricky. That was mean. No, it was a lot of fun.
Okay, I'm glad you got it.
Yeah.
Because your opinion of geocaches is dependent on whether you find it or not.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're here and there's a stream over there and there's trees. So this is about as close to the Northwest as you're going to get in Ojai.
Yeah, you know, they're not enough older cedar, but that's okay. There's still a lot of green trees around here.
So why don't you tell me about your other podcast, Geocaching in the Northwest?
Yes, you know, Witzend and LanMonkey and I do the podcast Caching in the Northwest each and every week. Again, on Thursdays, I back up both my podcasts right there on the same night, so it's quick and easy to find. But you could go anytime to ChrisOfTheNothwest.com, find those podcasts. You know, we try to keep a little Northwest flair, but we talk about caches and cachers all around the world. So come and join us Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific, ChrisOfTheNothwest.com.
All right. Well, very good. Well, we got a couple more to find, so let's go down this beautiful road and let's go find one.
Let's do it.
So, Chris, we just got this geocache, which is nicely constructed.
Another quality Ojai Valley geocache. Wow, you got some great geocaches in the area.
Very good. So how'd you get into podcasting? How long have you been doing podcasting?
You know, I've been podcasting through different podcasts for coming up on 10 years now. Soon after that, Geo Woodstock was coming to Washington State, and I thought, you know, here's a great opportunity to start a podcast. I'm going to have plenty to talk about in the year leading up to Geo Woodstock. So that's when I started caching in the Northwest. I started with Witzend. We worked in a basement office, so after work hours, we'd sit down and record. It was monthly at that time. And so after about a year or so, it kind of just started to fade. That's when LanMonkey came to us and said, hey, I just discovered this podcast. I think it's great. Is there anything I can do to help? I had just started with Daryl W4 in GeoGearheads and started using Google Hangouts on Air. It was brand new at the time. And so we got into that, and when LanMonkey said, you know, can we do anything? I started thinking, you know, I've got to get Caching in the Northwest going again. So we turned it into a weekly podcast, and it's been going ever since. We're coming up on our 300th episode. So, you know, that's a lot of fun. Caching in the Northwest, I figure, has been going a little over 7 years. GeoGearheads is just about 8 years.
All right, Chris, you always finish your podcast with a little summary. Give us a summary.
Well, GSM times 2, Bella and I have been out doing some great geocaching right here in the Ojai Valley. Scott, thank you that you've taken me to some of the highly favorited caches here. Fantastic caches. You got a great caching community right here in Ojai. So until next time, get out and get caching in the Ojai Valley.
Fantastic.